Good morning. Happy Friday. Listen, the topic today is about hidden sin, something that is hidden, right? What you hide will eventually expose you. I think this is great because we're dealing with a lot of exposure of a lot of things these days. Lists, people, whether they're in the church, out of the church, right? Things that we thought we were good because they were hidden and now they're being exposed. Well, David was called a man after God's own heart. Yes, one of God's children had some things hidden, but yet they were exposed. God had to bring accountability because he knew that we were going to need some help. So look, in 2 Samuel chapter 11, David stayed home. Okay, when kings were supposed to be at war. Yes, idle, comfortable, unaccountable. What happened? Well, he saw a lady named Bathsheba. Many of y'all know the story. Some of y'all don't. Well, he wanted her. Remember, this is a man's after God's own heart. He took her, then he covered it. That means that he had an adultery and he murdered her husband because of his appetite of wanting something that was no accountability for. Okay, so we see that his one decision turned into deception. And that deception turned into manipulation, and manipulation turned into murder. Okay, so look, sin rarely ruins you in one moment, but it's a moment after another moment after another moment. So when we agree to something in one moment, just know that there's going to be another moment because there's no boundaries there, right? And we just allow things to go on and on and on without confronting. David had a couple of areas, especially with his children, where he didn't confront things and things happened, right? And so we see that God allows us to know what's going on in real people's life in the Bible. You don't just have to watch drama on TV. It is in the Word. He exposes these things so we can learn from it and we can stay accountable, right? So David thought he hid it. 2 Samuel chapter 12. It says, the thing David had done displeased the Lord. Well, God sent somebody to help him, okay? A man named Nathan. That exposure, it came through him. And guess what? Just because you're gifted, it does not mean that you can do whatever you want to do. Because you can be gifted and still compromised. You can be anointed, right? And still accountable. But here's the hope. When confronted, David did not defend himself. He repented. In Psalms 51, there's these scriptures, and I want to read a little bit, the first couple of them. It says, have mercy on me, O God, according to your loving devotion, according to your great compassion. Blot out my transgressions, wash me clean of my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions, and my sin is always before me. That's from the man after God's heart. Because in spite of what he did, he repented, right? His sin was exposed. He was confronted, and how he responded is what healed him, is what got him back up on his feet to continue to fulfill and accomplish the purpose that God had created him for. So the issue is not whether you fall, the issue is whether you repent when you're confronted. What you hide will control you, and what you confess can heal you. God bless you. Have a wonderful Friday. Have a wonderful weekend.